Alrighty, guys. Back to the channel with another video. This is a little bit different of an element, more of a story time. I got a new mic, so let me know how it sounds. I'm gonna try and get some video audio clips of the Subi. But yeah, y'all wanted to hear the story about how I blew my air suspension, so here I am in a little bit more of an open setting, a little bit more quiet and reserved. Not a lot of city noise. The car isn't even near me. Just to tell y'all about the story. Uh, I was bagged. Throw a couple photos and videos if I want to, the editing. But I was bagged. Uh, Loved it. Probably the best suspension mod I could have done. And my car has had two iterations, as y'all know. I've had lowering springs, and I've had air suspension. Never had coils on that car. Uh, Maybe in the near future I'll have coils, but for now it's not really for me. The bags were versatile, and they did almost everything I wanted them to do. So I was bagged. And I have the culprit with me here today. So see if I can get this mic at a good spot where y'all can hear me and see the bag. All right, I got the mic set up in a better spot, but here it is. My blown air suspension, as you can see, these cups are supposed to be all the way inflated, and these rings aren't supposed to move. You can see there, pretty cooked. On top of this is it flat on a surface, and it's at an angle like this. So this strut is the passenger side one, and it's bent. I couldn't bring the driver one with me, but I also have the driver side one, and it has a massive hole on the front side. Here it is. Forgot if y'all wanted to see the driver side bag. There it is. Same thing as the passenger side, crushed like crazy. It'll be all right though. New bag's coming soon. I don't know when, but soon. Uh, so if you didn't have any proof, there's your proof that I was on air. That I was on air ride. So let's get into what happened. So I was driving home, which is the funny part. I wasn't leaving a meet or anything like that crazy. So I was driving home from work, just had a long day trying to jam. So I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm not going to tell y'all where exactly, but I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I take Capitol Boulevard, which for all my natives, I take Capitol Boulevard home. And that is the worst road to drive on ever. There's potholes everywhere. It's a main road, and there's only 4 lanes, and traffic is diabolical no matter if you're there at 6 a.m. or if you're there at 6 p.m. It's horrible. Uh, so I was driving that way because that's the way I take home, and I'm cruising. So when you're bagged, you have 5 ride heights, right? So you have your aired up all the way, I call it speed bump mode, high ride height if you have a lot of people in the car, ride height, which is typically what I'm on, and their low ride height, which is my favorite to use, and then aired all the way out. Those are the 5 presets that come up on the tablet whenever you use it, or the little controller. So I was on my low ride height because I was feeling a little stunt. Like I wanted to stunt, be a chauvinist, and I was on my stock wheels, and that's a very critical part here to the story. So my MB battles clear my wheel well really well. They poke out a lot. I have a really aggressive offset. My stocks, as you see on the current car, do not. They're very conceited, and they like to stick in. So they tuck really easily, but my car sits lower on my stocks than my MBs. So I had put a hole in one of my MB battles driving, so there was wire everywhere. I missed the flip because I have really aggressive camber on my bag setup, as you can see via this top hat right there. I have really aggressive camber, and so I had blown through the MB battle tires, and I was going on a trip that Saturday. And this happened on Wednesday. That Saturday, I was going on a trip for my birthday, and I was not about to drive 300 miles with crappy tires. That was not going to happen. So my stock still had decent tires on them. So I threw them on, and it looked great. Aired out everywhere. I was like, whoa. I love how my stocks look. So I threw them on, was running them for safety reasons, and things worked out. I did not get a realignment, which is mistake one in the story. So I'm driving, I'm on the stock suspension for about a week, chilling, no issues, car's driving fine. I had a leaky bag, which I'm pretty sure is this one. And so I wasn't really concerned about my air ride system that much. I wasn't paying attention. I was taking care of it, letting the water trap do its thing and making sure everything was clean and the car didn't have any issues, but didn't pay much attention to it. So I'm driving home down Capitol. I'm going about 50 miles an hour. I'm in fifth gear, cruising in the left lane, thinking about what I'm going to get for dinner because I was hungry and tired. 10 seconds into it, all I hear is bang and a loud whoosh. And I'm like, what could that be? I look at my controller and my bag presets were all 70. So I'm cruising. They're all at 70. And the front driver one drops to 0, like nothing. And I'm like, that's weird. Why would it do that? And as it's dropping lower and lower, the car is starting to pull towards the left. I'm already in the left lane, and there's luckily a turning lane coming up for me. So I immediately throw on my hazards and I smack the all air button, which is where you tell the system to go all the way to its maximum height so you could drive. And I'm like, that's going to save me. That's my saving grace, the all air button. So I hear whoosh, back goes all the way up, the passenger strut goes all the way up, the driver one continues to go and lose air. So now I'm freaking out. So I swerved all the way to the right lane, immediately cut across. I didn't care who was behind me. If I got hit, didn't care. So I swerve all the way to the right lane. And I'm like, all right, I need to get this figured out. So I smack the all air button again. Mistake 2 kicks in right there. So if you're bagged, you know this, you can't overwork your compressors. They will take a dump on you. They'll typically blow the fuse that's located in the front of the car for me. So I started overworking my compressors because I just told them while they were already aired up at max ride height to shoot the rest of the air they had to my suspension. I'm already freaking out, like I'm thinking one of the lines got caught on some road debris and ripped out one of the lines for that driver bag. So I'm thinking that, oh, I have a loose line and that's how I'm losing air. That's why I can't put PSI into that driver front. There's a Chick-fil-A on Capitol, and I get there. Here, I'll throw a clip of it, and my car immediately starts shaking. I look out the window, and I'm scraping, so I see a bunch of metal debris everywhere, and I see my tires smoking. And that's was my second sign that this was a no good situation for me. Uh, I look at it, I see that the front of my car is stuck on the ground, and my car just stops moving, middle of Capitol. Um, then now I'm stuck aired out on Capitol Boulevard. It's terrifying, completely terrifying. I didn't necessarily know what to do. So I throw the hazards on and I call my dad. I'm like, hey, my air suspension failed. I'm stuck on Capitol. I'm stuck aired out. Can you come get me? So he goes and grabs my mom's truck and a bunch of tools and my low profile jack, which I have for that car for situations like this in case I ever get stuck and it can't go back up. So while he's doing that, I'm trying to diagnose the bags. I have the hood open, I have the hazards on. Like 50 people almost hit me because I guess a bright blue car with hazards on isn't enough to tell you to not stay in the all the way right lane. Oh, there. Yeah, I'm all the way in the right lane. I'm literally right in front of Chick-fil-A. And so I'm still trying to diagnose it. I go on my app on my phone, I check all the presets, and I can't air up. So now it's like my back bags are all the way at 125, and then they all lose the air. And I'm like, okay, that's new. So I go under the car and I check, my lines are still plugged in. And that's when the realization hit me. I probably blew my bags. So I'm still freaking out. So I let the compressors work. I let the car just sit there idling on. Hazards are on. Like 8 cops pass me, and none of them think to check up on me. My car's smoking because all the tires hit the inside of the fender. So it's just smoke everywhere. It's horrible. So next, after my dad hung up on me, I call my friend Andrew and my friend Cliff. Both of them have been on my channel. And I hit them up and I'm like, do you guys know any tow trucks that tow ridiculously low cars? Because I'm just like, there's low and then there's undrivable. And my car was undrivable. So they both send me like 4 or 5 people. I posted on my Instagram, which if you're not following, go ahead and do that. And I'm stuck there by myself. So I'm terrified, completely terrified at this point. So I get back in the car. My compressors have cooled off at this point, and I'm like, let's see if I can get it to air up. So I hit the button and I hear it shooting air, shooting air. I'm like, ah, crap, it's not gonna want to air up. So it airs up enough for me to drive it again. So I air up, drive it, pull get stuck on the turn into the Chick-fil-A. So now I'm not blocking the main road, so I feel better. But now a bunch of people are starting to get behind me and go on the opposite lane to get in Chick-fil-A. In my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, bro, some of these people are selfish because you see me having car problems and you're more concerned about going about your day. So I did have some guys check up on me though. Those guys are cool. I forget their names, but there was these two guys that pulled up with a toolbox on me. And they're like, "What can we do, man?" And I'm like, "I think I blew my air suspension." They're like, "We can't help you." So that was, those are real friends right there. Whoever they are, if they ever see this, you guys are cool. I really appreciate y'all for checking up on me. I was having a really bad day at that point, so any amount of checking on me was helpful. So my parents get there now, so now my mom's blocking Cap. I'm stuck in the turn into Chick-fil-A, and I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Now my dad's under the car, and he's just like, "Yeah, I think you sent the bag," and I can't figure it out. So we tried the air up, air out method for the next hour, basically. So I'll let my compressors cool off for 20 minutes. I air all the way up, drive for the 30 seconds that I have suspension, and then my car gets stuck on the ground again. And I'm repeating this for an hour. So I get to the point where at this point now I'm in the parking lot. And so it's not an issue anymore. And now I'm out the way mostly. So now I'm just blocking, the come and go traffic on the little court that they got going there. So I'm trying to figure out who's going to tow my truck or my car. Apologies. So we have two tow trucks that just drive right past me. They tell me, "Yeah, you're too low. We can't get under your car." And I'm like, "Great. That's the news I need to hear right now is that my car's too low and y'all can't get under it." I'll throw some clips here of me just sitting aired out in the middle of this like intersection, just looking mad stuck. But I'm off the main road, so I feel better. So we keep trying, keep going. Eventually, my dad calls one of his buddies. Shout out my boy Oscar. Oscar's towing. Great. If you have a bagged car, he can get you on the trailer, is what we figured out. So I'm waiting for 2 hours. I start taking my bumper off because I know if I leave my bumper on there, I'm gonna destroy the new bumper, destroy the lip, and that's not gonna fly with me. So take the bumper off the car. I'm just getting really sad, really in my feelings, but everything happens for a reason, and that's the way I've accepted it. So now Oscar pulls up. He's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna struggle, but I'll be able to get it on the trailer." He's like, "You're probably gonna get, some parts damaged, but I'll be able to get you home." And I was like, "Perfect. That's what I needed to hear. I need to go home." Da 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 da. Keep in mind, this all happens like 6 minutes away from my house. Literally, the drive for the tow truck was a mile. Ridiculous. So I'm sitting there like, cool. So I get back in the car, started, let the tank get all its pressure back. Oscar's going under, and he's putting everything on the chassis because my tow hook wasn't going to cut it this round. So he puts chains around my front control arms and starts pulling the car, basically while the wheels are locked, specifically the front ones. The back ones were able to go. So then I air it up, and I immediately start sending more air to that driver bag because that's the one I think is the main issue. He's pulling. I'm like, "Oh man, it's gonna be a nightmare." Gets it on the trailer, throw some clips up on me on the trailer there, and I start going home. And he just starts telling me that I should probably sell the air ride because he's like, haven't seen very many of these cars make it that far. And I personally love my air suspension. It's great. Mine, I'm on an airlift kit, as y'all know, with Bag Rider bags, as y'all can see right here. Bag Rider Super Lows. These things were great to me. So I was in my head, I'm like, I want to rebag it, dude. It's just, I think I was being a little bit negligent when it came to the spacing between the tire and the bag. Get home, car scrapes my driveway up, getting off the trailer. Back is 125 psi, front stuck it. And then that's the part that got me was the front right bag went back up. So it was giving me issues while I broke down, but it went back up to around 60 psi. And the front driver one was the only one I was shoving air into and just trying to get it to go and do its thing. I was successful, got it in the driveway, no complaints, no harm, no foul. Got it home, immediately took the car apart and figured out what had happened. So there was a hole from my tire sidewall, because I'm running -7 degrees of camber on the front bag. 5 degrees when I'm driving, but it's 7 when I'm aired out. Front bag destroyed. No bueno, no more. Front driver one. I take this passenger side one out, the one that I'm holding right now, and there's a bend in it, as y'all saw. Believe that when the driver's side strut failed because of my tire rubbing through it, the passenger one collapsed because it couldn't sustain the weight of the car. So I had both front bags collapse on me, and that's why I wasn't able to air up and get it home. Because had one bag blown, I would have been able to get it home. Trust, it's not the end of the world. So came to figure that one out. Luckily, I still had my stock suspension with the lowering springs, so threw that back on there so I could get to work. And I mean, that's that. Nothing to bash bags or air suspension. If you're thinking about doing it, I really recommend it. It changes the look of your car, and you don't have to fight little coilover rings to adjust your ride height a millimeter. So I personally plan to rebag that car. Gonna wait a couple months because I still owe A-Firm some money for it. But yeah, the bag system, it was perfect for me. I mean, like I said, nothing to bash Airlift or Bag Riders. They did their job. They sold me a quality product. Um, and I had fun. I mean, I had fun with them, man. You know, if I wanted to carry people in my car, I didn't have to worry about scraping everywhere. Speed bumps didn't scare me. And for show presence, I mean, there's plenty of videos on my TikTok and Instagram that just show how like good it looks aired out. So it's a plan for the future. For right now, we're gonna stay stock for stock, you know, so I can eventually purchase new bags because mine do not have warranty. But like I said, this video is more to like be a story time and inform in case you do something stupid like I did, but not to persuade you away from it. It's a very good option for adjustability and for ease of use. Like I have a really aggressive driveway, and the only way I was able to get in that driveway was because of my bags. Lowering springs, I scrape like crazy. It's ridiculous. But bags made it right in the driveway, no questions. So that's the story time of how my air suspension failed on me. I'll throw clips and videos of the bags doing their thing. All right, to close out the video, that's the story. Nothing to bash Airlift or Bag Riders. Like I said, that's the system I'm running. Airlift suspension or Airlift management with Bag Rider suspension. Like I said, they're great. My two rear bags, they were champs throughout this whole thing. Um, it's just things happen. That's the best way I could put it. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take blame for the fact that I didn't go get my car realigned to run my stocks, and I didn't foresee the clearance space between my strut and the bag itself. So that was my mistake as an owner and as the person who was operating the air suspension. But like I said, I loved how it looked. If you have a VA WRX and you're trying to make a show car, bag it, dude. Best money you'll ever spend. Best money you'll ever spend. Um, but yeah, that's the video. I got a couple more things coming up for the car. Got a few mods on the way for it. So I'll probably do some videos on that. But I know y'all wanted this story time about my suspension failing on me. Might have not been as dramatic as everyone thought it was. The only scary part was being stuck on Capitol Boulevard. But aside from that, I mean, I was just heartbroken that my bags went. Psh. But yeah, I mean, any more stories you guys want to hear that things I've experienced in that car? Like, I didn't expect them to fail. I've done donuts with the car bagged multiple times, and it didn't fail then. I've hit back roads. I've done racing. I've done all this stuff. I've driven it. The car's been everywhere from Emerald Isle to dang near Hickory while it was bagged. And so I wasn't expecting, probably hurt y'all's ears with the mic there. I didn't expect it to fail. But it is what it is. I'll get some more down the line. I'll be rebagged and eventually the lowest in Raleigh again. But that's my story. If y'all have any more story times or any more requests for content, you know, I have a WRX 2015, so the oddball year. Any questions, comments, concerns you have about your car or more answers you want on the chassis, I mean, I'm your guy. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys stay tuned for more content I got coming soon. And y'all take care. Peace.